Can I tell you a story? Not because it's extraordinary, but because I really think it's happening to somebody right now. And maybe, just maybe, it's happening to you. So, if you will, imagine a woman. It's 2:17 in the morning. The house is super quiet. But the television is on. I'm going to guess she couldn't tell you what she's watching. Her phone is sitting on the coffee table right next to her. She keeps picking it up, putting it back down, picking it up again, putting it back down. She looks at the ceiling and she says to herself, I'm not going to text. 5 minutes later, she's scrolling through old messages, reading conversations she's already memorized, looking at pictures that don't make her smile anymore. They just make her wonder, what happened? Where did we go wrong? Was any of this real? She isn't looking for another argument. She really isn't even looking for another relationship. She is looking for something much deeper. She's looking for an answer. An answer that finally makes all of the confusion make sense. But then her phone lights up. Her heart begins to race. For one fleeting moment, hope comes rushing back. She starts saying to herself, maybe this is it. Maybe they finally understand. Maybe this time. She opens the message, and 30 seconds later, she's crying again. Not because of what was said, because she realizes nothing has changed. The words changed, but the cycle didn't. Now, let me ask you something. How many nights, early mornings have you lived that story? Maybe your story wasn't a phone. Maybe it was a knock at the door. Maybe it was an email. Maybe it was checking social media, knowing that you shouldn't. But hoping, just hoping that somehow this time would be different. Here is what I need you to hear today. That isn't love. That's a trauma bond. And trauma bonds don't survive because you're weak. They survive because they train your heart to mistake inconsistency for hope. They convince you that confusion is connection, that anxiety is passion, that chaos is chemistry. Until one day you wake up and you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You stop laughing. You stop dreaming. You stop trusting your own instincts. And this didn't all happen overnight. It happened literally, one compromise at a time, one excuse at a time, one apology at a time, one broken promise at a time, until the person you were became someone you barely knew. Can I share something that changed my life? Healing didn't begin the day I understood narcissism. Healing began the day I stopped asking, why did they do this to me? And instead, I started asking, what do I need to become from this? When you think about it, those are two completely different questions. One question keeps you looking backward. The other question moves you forward. I believe that's why we created the Real Talk Inner Circle. Not because another community was needed, because survivors needed a place where healing wasn't something that you watched. It actually became something you practiced. Every Monday, we reset. Every Thursday, we go deeper. Every Saturday, we sit together in our healing room. Real people, real conversations, no pretending, no mask, no judgment. Just people who understands what it feels like to lose yourself. And people who are committed to finding themselves again. And you know what? Every Sunday, we remind ourselves that healing isn't about becoming something new. It's really about remembering who you were. Remembering who you were before someone convinced you that you weren't enough. Now, reality check. I know there are people watching this who have been telling themselves, literally, I'll join one day. Can I just lovingly, with all love and compassion, challenge you? How many one days have already passed? How many Saturdays? How many birthdays? Holidays? How many sleepless nights? How many mornings have you promised yourself next week will be different? At some point, hope has to become action. And I don't say this because healing is easy. I say this because you are worth the effort. This Saturday, we'll gather again in the healing room. Some people will come carrying questions. Some will come carrying grief. Some will simply come because they're tired of pretending that they are okay. And you know what? That's enough. You don't have to arrive healed. You just have to arrive willing. If you are already a member, your seat is waiting. However, if you are not yet part of the Real Talk Inner Circle, maybe, just maybe, this isn't another video. Maybe this is your invitation. And don't get this wrong. It's not because I'm asking you to buy something, because I'm asking you to stop carrying something. Carrying something you were never meant to carry alone. See, healing doesn't happen because one person has all the answers. Healing happens when people decide together that today is the day they stop abandoning themselves. And if that woman sitting on the couch at 2:17 in the morning could hear me right now, this is what I would tell her. Put the phone down. Not because they are not worth another message, because you you are worth your peace. And maybe, just maybe, for the first time in a long time, instead of waiting for someone else to choose you, choose yourself. I'll see you Saturday. Break the trauma bond. Trust yourself again. I'm Minister Robinson, and welcome to the Now Movement. No other way but forward. Keep healing.